Hello, and welcome back after a long hiatus. We're here with a different game. Things happened, real life. But we're back with a little short adventure. It's not long. With me actually running Cthulhu, which is a near unheard of experience. I've done it once before, and it was exactly the same premise as this time. So, we're playing, what did I call it? Fancy a Pint After Work. There's lots of names this adventure could have, but I'm calling this Fancy a Pint After Work. And it is set in 1936, which is an unusual year to be running a Cthulhu adventure. And that's because it's me running it. I don't know, it's a more interesting period of history. I don't know why they always go for the 1920s. It makes no sense to me. 1936 is a very interesting year. It's quite tumultuous. A lot of stuff happened. In January, King George V died, and Edward VIII became his successor. There was the Winter Olympics in Germany, the Summer Olympics later on in the year. The Hoover Dam was completed. Germany reoccupied the Rhineland in breach of the Treaty of Versailles. There was big floods in America, around Pittsburgh, apparently, on St. Patrick's Day. The longest game, this one's a weird one, the longest game in the history of the National Hockey League is played. The Montreal Maroons and Detroit Red Wings are scoreless until 16 and a half minutes into the sixth overtime period when the game was called. What is? Oh, I thought you were pointing down like this, Georgia. I didn't realize you were making tea. How very British of you.
I'm trying to get in the part. I'm sorry.
The Lindbergh kidnapper was hanged. There was also a tornado in America, the fourth deadliest in U.S. history, hit Mississippi. The Arab revolt in Palestine began. It was basically against the British government in opposition to Jewish migration. Italy annexes Ethiopia, of course. Mussolini is in power over there at the moment, a big fascist. First fascist state in Europe. Gone with the Wind is published. The Spanish Civil War begins, so more fascism in Europe. The Summer Olympics happens, the world's first televised event worldwide. Also, the BBC has just begun broadcasting just before this event. And at this point in history, the transmitter at Crystal Palace can reach at least 40 miles. They reckon about 400 people tuned in for the launch of the national service. Roosevelt is re-elected in America, and Edward VIII, is it Edward VIII? Edward VIII. He abdicates, and we now have King George VI. So three kings in the space of a year. So that's what's happening around the world right now. But that's not what's happening to our three hapless, I'm not going to call you heroes yet, our work crew. Your job, you will work for the council, the City of London Council, and your job is to go around most of Greater London setting all of the public clocks. Not just setting, but also replacing, repairing, maintenance, in some cases even designing and installing new clocks, for which Melvin will often come up with the architectural designs. And another character whose name is Lemuel Cohen, he kind of designs the some of the engineering behind some of these clocks. So your office is in the Guildhall in the City of London, nice Georgian building, and it's basically half tool workshop and half drafts workshop, with boards up with sketches and diagrams and stuff. And of course, you have your little tea break room, which is where Melvin arrives at 4 a.m. in the morning at the beginning
God.
of the workday. It's pitch black outside still, but your day does start early, and this is the 1st of January 1937. So, can I ask all three of you actually, was anyone at Trafalgar Square last night to see in the new year?
Yeah, I would have been.
You would have been. Okay. It was a grand old day or grand old night, as is often the case, a great tradition of the Trafalgar Square festivities to see in the new year. But unusually, there had been 13 chimes of Big Ben, which immediately made you go, oh, fuck. Because you know that's going to be on you in the morning.
Yeah, more work.
Yeah. Something went wrong with the clock tower last night at the Palace of Westminster. But Melvin is the first into the office, as he always is. And you say hello to the cleaner and tea lady, who I shall just quickly give a name to, Margaret. Good morning, dear.
Morning, Margaret.
Do you want me to bring you a cup of tea?
Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I'll make a flask for everyone. They'll be here when they usually turn up, which is late.
Jolly good. I'll just go clean the shitter.
It wasn't me.
Have you seen one of those newfangled televisions yet? Have you viewed in?
Oh, no, I don't really want anything to do with them. It's just another way of broadcasting to the masses or the propaganda they choose to put on there. No thanks.
Oh, I heard it's all a right song and dance. Not had the opportunity to see one myself yet.
Oh, I haven't seen one either. I've just heard that they're bad news.
Oh, well, right you are then. Anyway, the newspapers are in your room, as always.
All right. Thank you.
See you later. And she wanders off to do some cleaning. And you head into the break room to make the morning tea.
Yep.
And presumably do so.
Yeah, if there's time as well, I might take an initial glance if there's any headlines that catch my eye or anything like that.
Well, there's 4 newspapers, and the one on top is the Times. And it's got a fluff piece about how Oswald Mosley is a man of the people and champion of the poor. He's well liked by people generally. He's remembered historically, we as players kind of think of him as a fascist, but he wasn't always a fascist. That is something which he kind of went through his own personal journey where he joined fascism in the 30s, got the wrong end of all the sticks. But, this is a watershed period of history in terms of, left-right politics and all that kind of stuff. So he began as very much a unionist and man of the people. He swung to fascism. By this point, he's very definitely a fascist. But the Times are running a story calling him still a man of the people and champion of the poor. And that's what the article's about, extolling his virtues and saying he's going to take it to the establishment. And really right-wing propaganda, as the Times still is to this day.
I mean, I don't read it to soak up the propaganda. It's more to see if there's any big clocks that are being talked about. Any ads?
No, that's not hit the
that
news
kind of
yet.
thing.
I would have missed the print.
No, I'm not necessarily talking about this, but I mean, like, any kind of almost like tavern rumors of like, oh, is there any extra work we can pick up and stuff?
The paper underneath the Times, and as you're kind of flicking through the Times, and when Francis comes in, we'll switch to that before we deal with the next paper.
And Melvin, you're in bright and early again.
Morning. On time, which is bright and early, yeah. I think you're 5 minutes earlier than you normally are, which is a good start. But anyway, I've brewed some tea if you want some.
What's that? Oh, thank you for the tea. But what's that on the Times? Do you mind if I have a quick read of that?
What about how Mosley is a man of the people?
Yeah, I'm interested. He's a great man. He's going to be the best leader we've ever had one day.
If you're going to read it, go and read it over there where I can't see you.
Well, I'm not going to be out loud, am I? What's your butt this morning?
My usual, in that you're already rabbiting on about how amazing somebody is when you don't even know him properly as a person. Like, have you actually spoken to him?
He's going to be a fantastic leader for us. You know it. You have to take back all those words when he gets in.
Right,
And as
go and read over
Francis,
there.
as Francis sort of wanders off with the Times, you're left with the next paper, which is The Independent. And that's got a story about the Spanish Civil War, and the front page is split with celebrations of Trafalgar Square. But obviously, the journalist had to get the story in before midnight, so it's pretty much written in advance. So, terribly interesting as you're flicking through it.
Why
And
do
then
people
Alafair
even
arrives.
go to Trafalgar Square? It's freezing cold. It's the middle of the night.
Without stopping reading, I'll just be on the paper. I'll say it was a fantastic night. Oh yeah,
was your boyfriend there then, Mr. Mosley?
No, but something more interesting happened.
What?
Big Ben struck 13.
Oh right, okay, yeah, sure it did. Is that some sort of metaphor? Is that like a slogan?
Honestly, no, it did. 13 chimes. I think we'll be on that one later today.
How does the clock, especially of that size and complexity, strike too many times?
I have no idea.
That's not possible.
Just a driver. But it did.
Well, if what you're saying is true, you're definitely coming with me, because I don't care if you're just the driver. You can do other shit as well to help.
When Mosley gets in, this place will be run properly. No 13 chimes then.
How is he going to have time to come to our little break room and boss us around if he's so busy being this man of the people and in office and whatever?
Everything's just going to be more efficient. It says so here.
More efficient? What, than Big Ben?
We'll have better uniforms as well.
And it's at this about Alafair, you arrive.
Oh, saved by the Bartley.
Yeah, good
Please
morning.
say you have something more normal to talk about at 4 a.m.
Beside the fact I don't want to be here.
I definitely don't want to be here now that Mr. Furness has spouted a load of shit. But anyway, tea. Here you go.
Cheers.
I beg your pardon? That's a good piece in that paper. You need to read that. They know what we're talking about there.
Are we here to get our job done or to wank on newspapers?
Well, at that moment, in comes Lemuel Cohen. He's your engineer. And he wanders in, goes through the pile of newspapers, pulls out the Guardian, opens it up in the middle pages, and kind of ignoring the main story on the front, which he often does. He's not interested in the big headlines of the day. So he opens it up, grabs his tea without even so much as looking, just reaches out to Melvin to grab his tea. And starts reading. But you can't help but notice that the front page of The Guardian, it's got the title of the newspaper, but the story is missing.
What, as in it's been cut out?
No, it's white paper.
What, the main story or the whole front page?
The main story. Like, you can see that there's a small side story there still, but it's like the main story has gone.
Wow. Looks like they had more
infighting amongst the extremists, I guess. Who's done that?
Well, they obviously had a good night celebrating last night at the Guardian, didn't they? They forgot to put the front page together.
Oh yeah, it might have been that.
What are we doing?
Well, Francis has been saying something about Big Ben apparently striking 13.
Ah, it's because Dino's there.
Do we get any memo about?
And it's at that moment, whilst you're having this discussion about what's on the schedule for this day, because honestly, no work was actually planned. It's New Year's Day, but you just got to have a crew in, and you were the crew that got the short straw. When into the office rushes Margaret. Oh my word! I don't believe it.
Have you found a television?
No, well, no.
Is it the toilet?
The descendant of the Duke of Marlborough himself. He's here. He's coming to see you. Quick, make the place tidy. And she quickly rushes around trying to dust off the
Oh, wow.
tables and quickly
Pom-
add spit and polish to a workshop.
Pomp and circumstance in our little break room. What a delight.
And about 12 seconds later, in walks Winston Churchill.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Never have so many chimes been heard by so many people from so few bells. It is upon you, as the people responsible, to undo the damage that has been done to the pride of our nation. Endeavor, if you will, to find the fault and ensure that it does not besmirch this nation again.
Would you like
I
some
will.
tea?
Have a full report. No, I have a whiskey flask on. It's Churchill. It's good even now. This is a huge slander against our country, and somebody is responsible. I want a report on my desk.
Sorry, what are we actually talking about here?
It's,
The
it's like
great
I told you.
bell of the Palace of Westminster was rung last night at midnight 13 times.
Oh,
It
so it
cannot
is
stand.
true.
In a nation as great as ours, that something so slanderous should occur.
Well,
Right.
at the end of the day, it is just a big clock, but yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yes, sir, Mr. Churchill, sir. We'll be on it right away. We'll make sure these leftists we don't have any sort of tricks and leftist plots trying to confuse us and strike 13.
Oh, shut up, fucking furnace head, shouts the mule. And then realising what company he's in, because he just saw someone taking the piss as he pulls his paper down and suddenly he kind of freezes.
Oh, we've already started.
Very well, you go about your peasantry. I will have a report on my table.
Are you sure you don't want any
What
tea
is-
for the road?
He waddles out the office now. Churchill doesn't drink tea.
You could have an Irish tea.
Not even as a chaser for the whiskey.
What's Alifair's affiliation again? Are you somewhere in the middle or like politically?
I'm just a laborer. I'm not that interested in politics. Not much. Oh no, maybe I am. I'm a trade unionist. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't properly
Oh.
read my character sheet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
that's okay.
Maybe you should fight with the unions about making us start so bloody early.
I didn't get what the last sentence you said.
I was just complaining that we were starting so early, so go to your unions and make it so we get to start at a humane time of the day.
Yeah,
Well, we've
I
all got
mean,
to pull together. If we all do our part, says Lemuel, then country will run better. Power to the people, I say.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
Not like
You're
you
on it,
disagree
sir.
with communism, Francis.
Not talking about that. You know what I might believe, sir. You see efficiently, even the Europeans are getting the right idea now. You see efficiently Italy's being run, and
Oh, yes,
Spain will
that's
soon be
right.
joining them.
I am responsible for everything, aren't I?
Oh God, I really need to move councils. Maybe I can go back to Camden, see if they've got any work with people who don't talk politics so early in the morning. So are we going then or what?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'll get
that
the
really
van.
depends on when the truck's ready. Right, Finnegal?
Yeah, sure. I'll just finish my tea.
And after you have your cup
Well, at
of
least
tea,
that's something we can all agree on.
it's true. You're building bonds between the crew there, Melvin. You get in your van, which is one of these. It's an AEC
Ooh.
Monarch. It's about 3 years old. It is, however, not a bench seat at the front. There's only 2 seats, so 2 people have to go in the back, and you've already made box seating in the back for them. And then all your tools go in the back there as well. You can get a cover for it, so on rainy days you can actually put a cover over the back, but it's not currently up. On the way out, though, sorry, on that screen, Lemuel looks up at the night sky as you get outside and head to the the pound where the truck is, and he volunteers himself. So I'll ride in the back, and I think we should put the cover up. I think.
What sort of time is it now? What time is it?
It's
Oh,
about
about-
4:30.
Yeah, be about that by the time you've had your tea and actually got out.
Yeah, I can stay
I'll
in the
make a
back too.
flask because this might
Yeah.
take a while.
And before I get into the truck, I'll put a big flat cap on and turn my duffel coat, what we call it, donkey jacket, collar up and button it up. Could be nippy out there.
Well, you should know. You're only out here 4 hours ago.
Yeah, it's, I think I've overindulged as well. I feel a bit of a head coming on.
Oh dear, what a shame. Never mind.
How much did you drink at New Year's?
I had a few. Right, they'll make the journey pass faster. Right.
Just don't drive us into a ditch.
Okay. I keep forgetting his name. I keep having to look at the name of the file name in the folder. Lemuel, kind of, he's kind of scratching his arms and he's kind of waiting for you to get the truck ready, Francis. But he has
Okay.
asked you to put the back up.
I'll load whatever's on the truck. Are they getting in before I put the tailgate up?
Well, it's
I'll put
a
the
few
cover up.
poles need putting in, and then you stretch the canvas over the top. So
I'll do that.
it's a like 5-minute job. But yeah, once you've done that, he then kind of walks quickly to the back of the truck and then gets in the back. And you make your way towards the Palace of Westminster. It's about a 20-minute drive.
Okay.
Plenty of time to talk politics on the way, of course.
Yes, of course. Yes. Who's in the cab with me? Because I'll be talking about that Mosley piece in the Times all the way there.
Yeah, who is in the front then?
No, I'm in the back.
I'm also in the back.
There's only 2
Right.
seats in the back.
Oh God. We flip a coin, Alafair.
No, I'm staying in the back. Thank you.
Wow. Fuck you.
I ain't flipping no coin.
More comfy up front anyway, Melvin.
I wouldn't really want you to get a cold.
Oh, don't you want to?
No,
Don't you want to
thank you.
make out with the
Nah,
fascists? No.
no.
Yeah, I'll try not to bump off too many curbs as well while I'm driving.
To you the
Oh,
pleasure,
what a
mate.
lovely dashboard you have. I've never really been interested in them before, but you know, just looking at it, it's so intricate, and you can see all the little bits of dust on there and imperfections, and I think there's a bit of a coffee stain there as well.
What on earth are you talking about?
Oh, there's even a little crack in the windscreen. Oh, you better do something about that before it gets bigger.
Yeah, well, you know what the council's like. They won't pay for anything unless it's absolutely completely broken.
Well, fix it yourself then.
I gotta fix a windscreen. I gotta fix a windscreen.
Well, I don't know because I'm not a glass blower, but I mean, they exist.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I do. If something's broken, then fix it yourself.
Don't think that's the sort of thing that we can fix ourselves.
Well, as in, stop complaining about the council because it does nothing. They're not going to listen to
No,
us.
that's just my point. The council does bloody nothing.
So whilst those two are arguing in the front the whole way there, in the back, the mule is uncharacteristically quiet. He's usually by now like almost been at blows with Francis. You already know from because you worked together before, but he is an ardent communist and Jewish, so and he is vocally communist. But today he seems really quiet.
Okay, so I'll try and question him out of politeness rather than actual interest. And Lemuel, how was your New Year's Eve?
Oh well, it just I don't know. This time of month just didn't feel. I just didn't. It just. I mean, I didn't want to go. I stayed home.
Are you alright, mate? You seem a little bit under the weather.
Probably just. Yeah. He's kind of scratching a lot. I think. Just a bit. I don't know. Coming down with something maybe.
You should get looked at, whatever that is.
Bloody hot in here, isn't it?
No, it's not, mate. It's 4 o'clock in the morning on the 1st of January. It's not hot. On the contrary. I'll try and touch his forehead to see if he's actually boiling.
Not particularly. It doesn't seem particularly hot to you.
Okay. I don't know, mate. Maybe gulp some tea, and I give him my flask. Yes.
Melvin's got the flask. Actually, it's in the front. He was the
Oh,
only one
fuck.
that brought the tea.
Is there a window in between the back of the truck and the
would you
front?
believe it? Looking at a picture, and yes, there is. It's got a little slat so you can rise it up.
Okay, I am knocking on the glass.
You all right back there?
Yeah, I am. Lemuel is not. I think he will really love a glass of tea if you have any.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I've got quite a lot, but just don't have too much of it because it needs to last the whole day. But yeah, here you go, and I sort of shakily get a cup.
Okay,
Cup
so
out for
I fetch the cup and give it to
Mule.
the mule.
Readily drinks it.
What are you shaking your head at, Francis?
Very
You
typical.
can't lie. It's pretty cool.
Watch off work already. You'll say quite.
What, a British person having a cup of tea?
British. Right.
Literally.
I could just pour this over your head. How about that? It's still hot.
On the bus home.
And you arrive at the Palace of Westminster. There's a little bit of sort of pavement you kind of park on, very close to the clock tower, and you grab some toolboxes, a pocket full of tuppences, which are used to change the weight balances to change the speed of the clock, and and of course the keys, which I'm going to assume Melvin probably has as the clock master.
Yeah.
Because it is a tower with a door that's locked, because it's you can get quite close to it. Or the public can. So yeah, you make your way over to the clock tower. Melvin unlocks the door, and the unusual thing about the ground floor of the clock tower, which isn't called the Elizabeth Tower yet, by the way, at this point it's just called the clock tower. On the ground floor, there's actually a police cell. Should we wait for Giorgio to get back? Because if I describe the scene and he misses the actual description of the ground floor, that might be a bit critical. There we go. So the ground floor actually has a police cell, an actual prison cell, with a police. Well, the key is the policeman. It's like a skeleton key that all the police have to open it. But you've got the proper key per se. But yeah, it's not like nobody has access to this place. It's a public building with lots of officials that have access to it. Anyway, unusually, for the only time you've ever known this to have happened, although I believe historically there was somebody kept in there, and I can't remember if that was before 36 or not, but there is somebody in the cell.
What do they look like? Are we able to see them?
Yeah, they're asleep in the cell. It's a man. Looks very commonly dressed.
Dare say, does he look English? Or does he look a bit foreign?
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Is the cell door open? Or does it look
No,
like
it's
you
locked.
just gone in?
It's,
Okay.
it's locked.
Do any of the keys we have actually open the cell?
Yeah, you've got the keys for the cell.
Why the fuck do you think about opening the cell?
I'm not going to open the cell. I'm just making sure that we can open it if we need to. But yeah, we don't know who he is.
On hearing you talk, he turns over so you can actually get to see him, and he stands up and dusts himself off. Terribly sorry. And immediately, Francis recognises him. There's a good chance the rest of you do as well. He is a public figure. It's Sir Oswald Mosley.
Mr. Mosley.
Oh, it's you!
There.
Boom shakalaka.
Oh, terribly sorry. Shouldn't be here. Bit of a mix-up.
Boom shakalaka.
Bit too much booze. Got carried away last night.
Oh, understandable, sir.
So anyway, glad somebody's here. If you wouldn't mind, please.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll leave the two of you alone. And I start
Have you there
walking
no time, sir?
dead.
Right. So, sorry. So, Melvin, you're walking off. Presumably, though, you've got the keys.
Yeah, with the keys.
Okay.
Malvin, keys, please. Be a good chap.
Just completely ignoring you.
All right.
I'm following suit with Melvin.
Yeah, Lemure does as well.
I'm sorry, so
they're all heading upstairs.
They're all a bit liberal, I'm afraid. I'll track them down and I get the keys.
Okay. So much of Big Ben is just a staircase to one side of the clock tower, and the main area itself is the weights that gradually drop down. It has to be reset. I think is it once every 4 days or is it 4 times a day? I'm trying to remember. How often are Big Ben's weights reset? It, oh God, I'm gonna have to actually research that. I did know this, but yeah, I'm not going to go digging through articles now to find them. I'm going to assume it's like every 4 days or something. It might even be longer. I can't remember, but periodically you have to. The weights slowly go down over a period of time, down the length of the clock tower, and then have to be pulled up and restarted. As it were. So yeah, you're climbing up the tower. It's like 12, 13 floors, something like that, until you get to the floor with all the workings. I've been trying to pull up because I really should have done this at the weekend, but it's really hard to find a floor plan of like which floor does what for Big Ben. But if I remember correctly, you've got the floor with the machinery, then you've got like the floor that's kind of between you and the bells. It's got a special name, I can't remember what bloody hell it's called. It's not that important.
Definitely nothing important in there that we need to investigate.
Well, probably. Hang on, there's 11 floors. Let's do this. Hang on. And then, of course, you get to the belfry, and there's like an upper belfry as well, I think, a little platform you can go right up on the top. How many floors are there in Big Ben in Wizard 101? God knows what that is. This must be some computer game. Facts and figures. There we go. Oh God, no! I should have. So this is what happens when you don't run a game for ages. Going completely unprepared with the most important thing, the map. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go with 3 floors of import. I'm sure there was more, but we don't need more. It's a short adventure. But as you're going up the belfry, the first thing you notice is on the other side. So the stairs are on one side. On the other side, on the far wall, there's a symbol being painted on the wall. I'm going to show you a picture of the symbol. As soon as I get my screen share, so I'll get ready to set up.
Can we see who's painting it?
Sorry, can you see what? Sorry?
Can we see who's painting it?
No, it's been painted.
Oh, it has been painted. Okay.
Yeah, on the opposite wall to where the stairs are. It's midway up the tower.
How did they manage to do that?
I mean, I would say with a long brush, but
Yeah, brush on a
Looks
stick.
like a face. It does look like a face, doesn't it?
Got to,
That's the people who should be locked up down below.
Mill's like, oh, it's a sign. It's a sign.
Looks more like a painting. I don't really see a sign there.
It's not a sign, it's vandalism.
It's a full moon.
Is it? How can you tell?
Those bats.
This is.
It's
Bats?
flying bats in front of a full moon.
yeah.
How much did you have to drink last night, mate?
I didn't go out.
I don't mean you
Yeah,
didn't
I mean-
drinking.
You could have drinking at home.
You're bats if you think that's a moon with bats in front of it.
I don't know, those shapes, they look. Look, the one at the top looks like bat wings. I think that's bats. That's the moon.
And what kind of sign do you reckon that is? What does it mean?
It's a full moon at the moment.
God. Well, anyway, apart from like looking at random sections of the wall, can we try and find out what the problem is with this bell?
Yeah, sure.
Well, before we go further up, Melvin, can I have the keys?
No.
Well, you can't just leave him locked up down there.
He's been in there all night. He can wait a bit longer.
And if we do leave him locked up down there, you're going to hear about it every minute of every day. The rest of the time we're working together.
Great, it's hilarious.
Also, do you really want to act on behalf of a police officer? That's not really fascist of you.
Well, the police have obviously locked him up there for political reasons, isn't it?
Shut it. He was high off his tits, he just told you.
He's under a lot of pressure, isn't he? All these communists and leftists and liberals attacking him left, right, and centre.
Fucking rot in there.
I swear to God, mate, I'm pushing you over the rail. Shut it.
Wow, that sort of communist twaddle. You want to get back to Russia if that's what you want. This is Britain. This is.
Melvin,
Yeah,
look
this
away, I
very,
beg you.
very flat area with no elevated buildings at all. That's very British.
Yeah.
Anyway, you going to help or not?
Well,
Listen,
I suppose.
don't you want your bell to be more patriotic again, Francis? Put it back to 12 chimes.
That's what we're for. But there's no reason we can't let Mr. Bowes in at the same time.
Well, it's not our job.
I'll tell you what. You could be in favour if we do that when he gets in power. It's only a matter of time.
You're so gullible.
Like I said, even Europe can see it. It's all coming.
Yeah, well,
Italy and Spain's going that way. That'd be us next. Germany.
Anyway, bells.
Okay,
Yes,
you
those
get up
lovely
to the working
apolitical
floor.
things.
You get up to the working floor where all the machinery is that has. There's two machines up here, if I recall. One does the chimes and one does the timing, something like that. The gear room, I think they call it. As you open up into the gear room, you basically see the scene of a wash with like a Geiger-esque scene of blood and mucus and human giblets. It's just something catastrophically dark has happened here.
Well, bugger me. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh my. Oh. Oh. Okay. Do we need to call the cops?
No, we just need a mop.
bobbies.
Just find some mops and clean it up.
Well,
So do
At
you
least one of
reckon
you
it's...
needs to check their messenger and keep it open. At least one of you.
if this is people,
We all go to our messages.
yeah, so I'm going to get other messages pinging through at the same time as well, which is
Okay.
what was I going to say? Yeah, but this is people. We've got to get the police involved. Even if it's not, there should be blood all over it. There's someone's broken in and it's another fucking leftist commie protest.
I'll try and have a look around the room to see if maybe the machinery was tainted or something was broken.
Oh God, I'm getting questions on the messenger now. So,
You need a backstage person by the
yes.
sounds of it talking
I
typing
do.
for you.
Okay, as I was saying, so I would look into the machinery, like
Yeah.
if something was tainted in the gears or whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
With
Yeah,
my
lots
toolbox,
of
etc.
giblets, human fleshy giblets, obviously.
Okay.
Just bits of person.
So I take up my toolbox with where all my stuff is, and maybe with a wrench or like a screwdriver, try and poke the big
You get the
messes
giblets
out.
out, as it were.
Mhm.
Let's call them giblets for the
Yeah.
sake of.
So I'm
thinking.
taking the giblets out.
Yeah. Where are you going to put them?
I mean the small ones. I'll try and maybe throw them on the floor out of the way, and maybe what seems like a bigger one and try and maybe put it somewhere in order not to break it anymore or get it all over the floor or whatever that is. It's giblets.
Okay. So yeah, you deal with the giblets, and I think Francis, I think you're slipping over on some of the blood, right? I think if
Yeah, I'm going to
if I understand
slip
that correctly.
over and I'll put my hand out and stop myself from falling right into it. I said, careful,
Yeah.
it gets a bit slippy in places. I don't know what I tried.
Quick, throw down some fascist sand.
Oh no,
so-
looks like some protesters' juice on the floor.
Juice.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Lemure takes one look at the scene, goes, "Aroo! Aroo!" and runs down the stairs.
What the fuck? Listen, Francis, try and get...
Fucking foreigners.
I mean, we got some work to do here. Right, Melvin?
Maybe one of us should follow the mule. He's obviously
Francis.
delirious.
Yeah, he's asked me to do that.
Oh,
So
sorry, I misheard.
I'll be holding my hand up to stop the blood just dripping on my clothes, and I'll walk out down the stairs after it.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll stay up here and get some peace for a change.
All right. So it's Melvin.
I heard that.
Melvin and Alifair, you're in the gear room. There are floors above, but you're in the gear room. Alifair, you've cleaned up the worst of the giblets. Melvin, if I understand correctly, you're probably just cleaning up the blood that you were dealing with. I would imagine.
Yeah, like I
yeah.
suggested, like find a mop or whatever cleaning materials we've got and just clean it.
Yeah,
a brush
you've
even.
got some rags and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Francis, you're heading down the stairs after Lemure, and I've got your secret instruction. So,
do I catch him up at the bottom or partway down, or
wherever you choose to, because you can pace yourself. So,
yeah, I'm not rushing.
okay, so you catch him up at the bottom.
Are you going in goose step?
As Lemure gets to the bottom,
I've got the wrong boots on.
he gives two fingers to
Mosley.
God, Mosley, thank you. As he heads out to the clock tower, and as soon as he gets outside, you hear him shout again, and then if you follow him outside, he actually goes down on all fours and he runs off on all fours.
Is there people around? What sort of time of day is it? Is it?
It's probably by now, because you left at 4:30. It took you at least 20 minutes to get here. You haven't done much flapping around, so it's probably just gone 5. So there's the odd person around, but it's really not that busy yet.
Still,
What are
it's
you-
out
what are
of
you-
Westminster.
What are you doing? He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
He
Bloody
runs up
crazy.
the road too. I've got to get the map up because I can't remember the names of all the roads. London, Big Ben. He runs
Running across
up.
Pont Square.
It's not. Is it the embankment near here? No, not that close. He's gonna. He's. Oh no, it is. It's the embankment, Victoria Embankment. So just opposite, you got the statue of Boudica, haven't you? Next to
Yeah.
the bridge. That corner that goes up Victoria Embankment, which is, I assume, what I'm thinking of as the embankment in my head. Yes, I think it is. Yes. Didn't realise it was called Victoria Embankment. So yeah, that's where he's heading up. So that will get busier, but later. Right now, it's pretty empty.
Oh, I'll follow him to the gates of the Westminster gates that are in Parliament, and I'll stop there and just shout at him to come back. Yeah, crazy bastard.
Yeah, he just howls at you and still on all fours. Yeah.
I'll
Holding up for a bit.
wander back to the tower. I'll even be so stunned. I'll just pass Mosley without, even though it's just.
I say, old chap, Trump's, like I say, a bit too drunken and wayward. Nothing untoward. Just wouldn't mind.
I'll get back up to the other two. And I'll tell him what's happened. I said, the crazy bastard's just run off on all fours down to the embankment.
Wow.
He's gone.
It's too early.
He must have been drinking last night.
And you
Well,
let
how do
him
you
go
feel? You were
because-
drinking.
Wow, yeah, it's not great, but walking up and down these stairs, I don't know. I was thinking of getting a second breath, actually, second wind. It's yeah, I'm not feeling too bad now. I thought I was going to get a hangover, but I think it seems to be wearing off a bit.
Huh?
Yeah, that song. Do you know it? Do you know it? That song.
Oh, I must be seeing Mr. Mosey downstairs. Put me in mind. Oh, brilliant. Can I have the keys?
No, sorry, I dropped him.
Well, let me get some of these buckets of blood down the stairs for you.
Yeah, sure.
I'll pick up a couple of buckets and
Uh-huh. I mean, there's one bucket of dirty water that Melvin has.
oh, I thought those-
Alafair has been picking through giblets. And if you pay more attention, well, you couldn't have because you weren't in the room. Melvin, if you want to, you can make a spot hidden roll.
Ooh. First roll of the night, spot hidden, is rather good, and that is a hard success. Thank you very much.
And Alafair, if you want to make a stealth roll.
Yes. Yes.
Stealth roll.
That's a regular pass.
Okay, so Melvin, you have observed whilst you were doing the cleaning that Alafair was stroking the gears and put something in his toolbox. He was kind of picking at the gears and he put something in the toolbox. But
What are you doing?
he was trying to hide it from you at the time.
What have you just put in your toolbox?
What did I put in my toolbox? Nothing. I'm just cleaning this mess.
No. You pulled something out. You were stroking the
this
gears all weirdly, and then you pulled
bitsy of
something out.
whatever that is. I'm not putting them in my toolbox. What am I, crazy? I'm not running on all fours, so I got that going for me.
Well, yeah, all right. Let me take it.
My toolbox. What am I supposed
No,
to
the
work
thing you pulled out. We should keep it somewhere
I'm
safe.
saying I got nothing in my toolbox. You see, a wrench, a screwdriver, This and that, I don't know the name of gear in English. I'm sorry. Nothing. That's nothing in here.
Do I believe him? Is he bullshitting?
I
No.
mean, you could do a psychoanalysis if you want me to say categorically, but otherwise it's up to you to role play it. So one of the two, either roll or decide.
Psychoanalysis is for calming people down, so would it be more psychology?
Psychology. Sorry.
Oh, another good roll. That is very close to an extreme, but I'll keep it as is.
Okay. Is there any kind of acting? What would be the
That's the fast talk.
persuade or fast talk? Yeah, fast talk would do. Yeah.
Fuck me, I guess. Yes.
That's not a roll.
Fuck me. Or it will be if you give me enough
Roll
I
time.
allow
fuck.
it. I'll allow it under arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
All right, fuck you. I'm spending, if I may, 21 points of luck. I'm super serious.
And that puts
Just
it
push
to
the
what,
fucking
hard
roll
or
or something.
That's
Wow.
a critical.
oh, it's a critical. Oh,
Yes.
right. That is
Oh my
definitely not
God.
hiding anything. 100% his toolbox is definitely not got anything hidden in. And you categorically believe that.
Fine, whatever.
So anyway, it's not long until the room's all cleared up, and you can sort of start having a look at the mechanism, make sure there's nothing untoward up here. So for those of you who wish, you can make presumably a mechanical repair check on the clock.
Oh, that's my
Um,
jam.
Yeah, and anyone who's present is allowed to contribute towards fixing the clock.
Mechanical repair and horology for me are the
Contributors in
same.
giving me bonuses or
No, you're all kind of doing your own
Okay,
thing around the clock
okay.
and looking for something that could be wrong.
perfect.
I've got a regular pass on that.
Okay,
I got a hard pass.
regular
I
hard
failed.
and a fail. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
after
thank
some
you,
time,
Melvin.
you go around all the machines, all the gears for the different pendulums that drop down and the chiming mechanism. Everything seems good in here. So you probably need to go up to the face level and check that, and then up to the belfry, and then the upper belfry. So presumably then you're going to head up.
Yeah, I assume.
When you head up to the clock faces, you each go to a different face initially, because there's four of them, and well, there's only three of you now. One of you's got double the work. So
And
I'll,
more
like you.
Francis.
I'll deal with you individually and privately in messages whilst we take a group break.
All right. See you in 5.
I've just seen that that fairly new Sherlock Holmes game is on sale, 75% off. Yes. Also, you're muted.
Sherlock Holmes game?
Yeah. Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened.
Don't know it.
Well, it looks cool. Oh, I didn't twig that. It seems like you fixed everything.
Fixed
your audio.
everything.
Your audio.
Oh, yeah. I have.
What was it?
Not well. It's working.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. That was a big sigh. You're right.
As in me or Becky?
You. I think your gain's just really high today.
Oh yeah. Okay. Is it slightly better? Maybe moving it out of the way.
Mhm.
No, I'm doing fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe some of you have some actions. So, Francis, you're shouting to the others that you're going to get sandwiches for everyone.
Yeah.
And
I get
you-
sandwiches for cream.
It's
And
not
then-
even
I treat.
breakfast time yet.
I treat. Oh, breakfast. I'll get breakfast then. I'll get some bacon sandwiches each. Now
Has
that,
Mosley offered you a job or something? Why are
Now
you
that
so
one's
happy all
gone.
of a sudden?
and I'll. You just hear my footsteps that go down the tower. I'm off to get sandwiches.
heavy footsteps, like he's struggling. Alafair, did you have any? Probably. Oh no, you might not actually be so keen to do an immediate action, might you?
I'm sorry I didn't get a word of what you said.
Was there an action you wanted to take?
I was looking at my character sheet. Yeah, I don't know. Can I ask you something
Mhm.
on Messenger?
Yeah.
Don't you want to share
This
it
is
with
a
the
game
rest
of
of the
secret notes. I
class?
should have replied you off that.
Shall I sing some hold music?
What's it? Opus 1 or something?
Yeah. Well, probably copyright. Come to think of it.
Okay.
What is happening?
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm having a look around the room we're in. I don't remember how you called it.
So it's like a little walkway, and to one side of you is the big face of Big Ben, and the other side is the interior of the tower. So it's a little walkway.
Okay, so basically, I am having a look at the other facade, the one
Yeah.
that I didn't check because there's nothing behind mine, and then I try to reconvene with Melvin.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually just checking the same one as you because you couldn't find anything wrong with his either. So you both kind of
Okay.
arrive at the other clock face at the same time.
Okay, and I lean into him and say, "Well, I assume the faces are all right."
Well, mine is, yeah.
That's a brawl attack I'm trying to do on Melvin.
What? Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, that's an extreme.
okay. Well, I'm not being a somebody who's ever read the Cthulhu, but presumably you get a choice of either brawling or dodging. Or-
Yeah, I'm totally dodging, given he's done an extreme success on that, because fucking seriously. Not that makes any difference, it's still a fail by a long way. What the fuck?
Okay. So you've connected with your fist, which I'm guessing is like what is a fist in Cthulhu damage? D4 minus 1 or something? Or
D3 plus your damage.
D3
bonus.
plus plus damage.
oh right. Okay.
Just a sec.
Oh yeah, it's actually written down the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh right. Okay. Yeah. So it's not just his fists. So yeah, Alifair comes at you by surprise, and he comes at you with what you think is like a big pair of pliers or something, and he goes to whack you around the head, but he actually aims for your jaw, and you got an extreme, didn't you? So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to allow it. Melvin, you feel your tongue twisting. It's like it's almost like it's being ripped off. It's absolute agony. Whatever he's doing to you. Alifair, you feel emboldened by this, like you're getting. Whereas Melvin, you're in pain.
Yeah.
Could you roll it like a regular fist attack, though, just to get a damage number that I can give to Melvin?
Yes. Oh, yeah, so that's...
I have regrets.
That's a,
Yeah.
that's a 2, a total of 2.
Okay, so yeah, take 2 damage, but to your tongue.
Well, I don't have a tongue on my character sheet. So, fuck you.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine.
I did
It's
miss
fine.
that.
Don't
I
worry.
missed it
Don't
by
worry.
that.
It's fine.
Okay. And you press the button to trigger the sedation, but Melvin, you aren't sedated at all. Sorry, Alifair, the sedation didn't work.
Can I try and kick him in the balls?
Absolutely. Make your roll.
Fucking fuck nugget. Do I spend luck to make it a pass?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think I will. I will spend the
Okay.
luck.
I'll try and dodge. Oh yeah, that's a regular pass for me as well.
And to think you're in trouble with Francis, honestly.
Yeah, come back, all is forgiven.
Speaking of
Right.
coming back, whilst those two are fighting up behind the clock face of Big Ben, Francis, you emerge outside, carrying what you're carrying, when Lemure comes up to you, completely by surprise, because you're not expecting this at all. So you kind of open the door to Big Ben. Lemure leaps up and latches onto what you're carrying and starts shaking his head like he's biting it and shaking his head.
Okay. Can I sort of like hoist the thing off my shoulder onto him?
Yep. Yeah,
And
totally.
I try and kick them both out the door and slam the door shut.
It's almost like for a moment, it's like a cat playing with its prey as you slam the door shut, as you kind of both arms and legs kind of claw at what you've thrown on him. As you come back in, Mosey's like, fuck, get rid of that.
Yeah, I was trying to, but there seems to be a a maniac communist outside.
He hands you a revolver.
Oh,
Oh God,
okay.
this is going to be a very short session.
Certainly, sir.
Told you it's a short adventure. Depends how quickly the players kick off, but it could be two. Could it be 2 sessions? It might have been 1. So
I just wanted to fix this fucking clock, okay?
oh yeah, that's still broken.
Yeah, same, mate.
Okay, so I'll pull the door back open and thrust the pistol out.
Okay, you do so.
Are they still there?
Yeah, Lemure is now on top. He's biting at the neck of the package, and is shaking it. He's kind of hunched
Christ,
over
man.
it,
What do you think you're
legs and
doing?
arms spread, shaking it. It's
Okay, I'll
almost
fire.
like
I'll
he's
fire.
a dog. Like
I'll
the way
fire
he's
2
behaving.
shots at him.
At him. Okay, roll to hit.
I don't actually, do I? Oh, okay, I do. Yeah. Which makes no difference at all because I missed.
Okay, back upstairs then. Alafair.
Okay. I got another question.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck me. I'm not asking by writing. How big is the thing that I snatched?
You what?
The thing you put in the toolbox initially and
Yes.
then hid somewhere else.
Yes.
It's not that big. It fits in the palm of your hand easily.
Do I have any idea why what I tried to do didn't work?
In the heat of a fight, no, you haven't had a chance to ponder it yet and figure out if your thing's broken.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Jason. I
No, you're not.
try and force feed it to him.
The thing,
Yeah.
the previous, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's a grapple, I guess, would be the way
Yep.
to do that. So
Yep.
What does
As in brawl again.
Brawl, I guess.
Yeah, it's brawl,
Okay,
but you
let's
do
have
it as a
contested
grapple.
brawl rolls then.
Oh,
Okay.
for fuck's sake. Oh, that's better. Oh,
Is
that's
it better than a
extreme.
hard pass? Oh, extreme. Yeah. Okay. So that's
Okay.
better.
Right,
I did a
try.
hard pass.
You commit yourself, but unfortunately, as you go to try to ram it into his face, his hand comes up, and then in the struggle, his arm/elbow makes contact with the thing you wanted to do the thing with,
Mhm.
and then it's like you just slip off of each other and you both tumble onto the floor and break apart, and you're both lying on the floor having just slipped. I'm just going to write a quick message to Melvin.
Yes, I need some explanation.
No, you don't.
So yeah, it just turns into a slippery, slidey mess, and you end up on the floor. Francis Lemure, startled by the noise, yelps, gets up on 2 feet, and then it's almost like he ape-mans and goes "Rah!" at you. But his legs are spread, his arms are out wide, doing this.
Okay. I've had I've had a sudden flash of inspiration. I want to slam the door shut again.
Okay.
And I'll brace my back against it. And I'll say, Mr. Mosley, I've had an idea.
I say, old chap.
Well, that was a Jew, right? The dead one. and
Yes.
the other guy's a Jew, so you
Right.
can use that Jew on Jew murders try to get you in prison.
Very well. Shoot him with the gun, and then put the gun in one of their hands.
Like it.
Oh, doesn't he love the uneducated?
Oh God.
Okay. Meanwhile, upstairs, Melvin.
Okay. So, oh wait, hold on. Let me just reread it again.
Same.
Okay. So, did I make contact at all? Like, is there anything on
During
me?
the moment where you broke apart, yes.
Yeah.
You made contact. Yes.
Okay. And with the whole tongue thing, has he like cut into it, or is it more just like not?
Let me explain in a message what he did.
Is there a diagram?
Or a doll? Whereabouts in the doll did Alistair hurt you?
Where did your colleague touch you? Just point it on the doll. Did it touch you here? Did it touch you here?
Okay. No. That was what I thought was happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where can I still see them?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and either grab them or like use my foot to kind of kick them away from him.
Okay. I don't think Alapel would have let go of them with his left hand or right hand, one of the hands.
All right, in that case, I will stomp on his hand.
Okay.
Until he lets go of
see
him.
which one of you is basically fast enough to get up on the feet and do the thing. So what I'd like is dex rolls from each of you, please.
Oh, dex. Well, what's my dex? No.
I just rolled a 100.
I rolled a 25.
Okay,
That makes it hard pass.
So, bearing in mind Melvin's statement of intent, I understand what he wanted to do, and it kind of was his go, but he just was so slow at getting himself up. He must have landed awkward. That Alifair actually gets to stand above Melvin first. However, Melvin, I'll still give you the opportunity to kick at the thing you were trying to kick at.
Okay.
But from a prone position. So I'm going to basically boost Alifair one level up the thing in terms of his defense.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you pass, if you fail, you pass. If you pass, you hard. If you hard, you extreme.
Okay. So I'm rolling for dodge and then one up the level of success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to try and avoid this kick from Melvin.
Sounds fair. So it's a regular pass.
There's probably a more Cthulhu way of doing it. But...
Do you want me to roll with advantage?
That's
the
basically
way to do it.
Yeah.
As you wish.
I got a 69.
Oh, nice.
What does that mean for your brawl? That's a miss.
Yeah.
That's definitely a foul. Yeah, I've only got baseball.
Yeah, I failed, but if I may, I'm spending 4 points of luck to make it a pass.
Okay.
Or
you get
whatever you would.
Your thing out of the way of Melvin, of his kick, and we shall now return to your initiative, Aleph.
I'm just writing you a message, by the way.
Oh.
Ooh. Now I'm on the spot now, and everyone's watching. I can't think what I was going to type.
You take your time. We'll wait.
I'll try and not to peek.
I think you'd have to deduce more of the plot.
Well, we've hardly got any plot because
whichever
is he
plot
attacking
line
me?
you're following, because I've got 4 in my head.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So very quickly, isn't it?
It's
Yes,
like I say,
yes.
it's a short adventure. Oh, hang on. I really shouldn't take the extra effort to write jokes into my message replies, but there you go. Right, so meanwhile, whilst you two are having those revelations, Francis, you open the door to find that Lemure is basically peeing on the door. The
You
package
filthy
is on the
bastard!
pavement behind you.
I'll try and shoot me again. He should be fairly close now as well, shouldn't he?
Yeah, it's a point blank shot. Have advantage.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that was 46. So I did spend 6 to get that one. 26. No, don't need it.
Okay, is that hard, extreme?
That's a good point. I thought that plays well. No, it's not. It's not hard. It's just a pass.
Okay. Nonetheless, it's point blank. So roll your damage for what's a revolver? Is it D6?
Is it
It
decent?
kind of depends, but yeah, that's D6 is your basic revolver.
That is a 4.
4. And I think for point blank, I'm just going to straight up double it. So Lemure is basically just taken a shot in the gut and collapses down, squeals in pain, and is currently bleeding and rolling over on the pavement. Fucking fascist.
British
meanwhile,
fascist arm, you know.
upstairs- Meanwhile, upstairs, Alafair.
Okay, I'm just looking at Melvin with my hands up, of course, because they're full. And is there any kind of check that I can put in place to have a confirmation of what I just asked you? Not to be just blatantly open with the information.
Are you asking if I've got like a third eye or something?
Okay. So basically,
tentacle coming out of me.
with my hands full but still up, I put the thing back in my jacket and look at Melvin doing like
Why?
this.
Why do you keep doing that? Well, I could probably know why, but no, I'm not giving you that. No. What are you? Why are you doing this?
I'll try and repeat the gesture.
No, go wash your hands. But also, what? You almost took my tongue out. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, fuck me. I'll try and do what I was originally trying to do.
Okay, which is to
Force feed. Yes.
okay. So the thing that's in your pocket, not the tool.
No, the tool is not in my pocket. The thing is,
Okay.
so I take it out
Yeah.
again and try what I just did.
Okay. Right. Well, that's going to be a brawl roll.
Not this one. I don't like this one.
I am dodging.
Now I failed. Straight up failed.
I also failed. Thank God.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter because he's got to beat you to succeed, doesn't he? So, Melvin, your go.
Yeah, I'm a bit dumbfounded. Like I said before, I have regrets. Are we near some stairs that I can maybe try and
Yes,
push
yes.
him down?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, absolutely. You've got the stairs going down to the gear room.
Sure.
Yeah. Make a brawl
You
roll.
obviously need to take the day off and just ride whatever it is you're going through out. Do I get a bonus die given he's covered in stuff?
Not really. No. No. No.
Okay, so roll to push me, and then I roll to dodge, I guess.
Well, I've failed anyway, and I can't spend enough
Oh,
luck.
okay.
Just
Okay,
got this
so-
picture of this silhouette of a fight behind the face of Big Ben, while beneath them there's a fascist shooting at you. Oh dear.
Hmm. I'll be right there. Just have another question. I can't write for shit tonight. I'm sorry. It takes me ages. So once I see Melvin try to push me and me moving out of the way because I'm all squishy because of whatever it is, I'll try and speak, as I told you, Becky.
Yeah.
Do you want me to actually do that, or we just assume
No,
that I did it?
I'm going to pass the message on. Melvin,
I'm writing the message.
You still need to do the roles that Melvin was doing, though, so the push and the dodge.
It failed the push.
We did.
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of trying to keep track of all these different conversations.
Yeah, sorry,
my mistake.
don't worry. He
My
tried
mistake,
to
okay.
push me, but he failed, so I didn't really bother to dodge.
So
Well,
just
you
sent
could
you a
have
message,
fumbled.
Jason, of what Alafair says.
Oh God.
Whilst you're pondering the reply, Francis. Lemure is rolling around on the ground. He's bleeding out. If he doesn't get bandaged in, he's gonna die. However, you hear the whistle of a policeman.
Oh shit! I want to rush over to the actual dead body, and I'll stick the gun in his right hand and rush back in, close the door.
Okay. Policeman whistles several times as he gets close, and I'm going to roll it just because I've got these really funky evil GM dice, and I just want to roll them at least once.
Let me
they've
put
never
the-
seen
Floating
that.
eyes.
Can I see, please?
Oh, that's a double O. Double O. They are
Oh,
dice
dear.
with eyes inside, so they
very
kind
nice,
of.
mate.
Hang on, try and.
They have a nice pattern to them.
It's not just a nice pattern, but the eye is kind of. It's always looking up.
Mhm.
Let me get you one with less facets on. It might be easier to see. Perhaps more facets. I don't know which way to go. Let's try D6. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
see there's,
Oh yeah,
there's an
that's
eyeball. They all have them.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Very
see
nice.
it there,
Yeah, Lanks. I like
Nice.
the fonts on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, mine are
Nice,
glittery.
So yeah, he rolled 100. So he's actually going to be convinced. In fact, he's probably a member of the BUF. In fact, being a copper, he definitely is with that roll as well.
Oh, they're nice. I like the colour.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Melvin, your response to what Alapair said.
I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna change tactic. I will try and mimic.
Oh, right, yeah. Could you
So
do?
would that be a fast talk?
Yeah, let's go with fast talk.
Okay. Oh, please work, please work, please work. Yes, that is a hard pass.
I'm just waiting
Right.
for
Okay.
something.
Yep, there you go.
Hmm.
Oh God.
Okay. This isn't the adventure to do on a recording. We record the videos.
Yeah,
for
no.
really, don't we?
Yeah, I'm writing messages
Yeah.
Okay.
to the DM.
Well, yeah, I figured as much. Can I tell if his mood's changed
Oh.
at all?
Oh yeah, it
Seems to
did.
be what I've said. He said he's written something else since, but so basically it continues. Let me just fill in the copy paste stuff.
Meanwhile, we got werewolves downstairs.
Okay. I'm gonna do the international sign language for friend, which at the top of my head I can't quite remember what it is.
Love and peace among people.
Oh, it's that. Please believe me.
How am I supposed to do that while you say this? Um, I know it's a stupid question, Becky, but
No.
just to get everything out of the way.
What would you call it? I suppose. Yeah, I think that's about the best word to use.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
I'm just asking for confirmation. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Then I put everything away.
Okay.
You could have said so, you fucking wanker.
Okay. Good. We're all calming down.
No, I'm not. Fuck off.
Sorry. Carry on.
I just need to think of another strategy now.
Maybe we could just maybe have some more tea and sit down and I don't know what's going on with you, but we're not going to get the clock fixed like this.
Come with me then.
What, to get tea?
No, dumbass. I'll show him my first phase of the clock that I analyzed.
Okay.
What do you make of it?
Send a message.
I mean, I've already seen it.
The one that I analyzed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when did you see it? Oh,
I
my
thought
God.
that
No, not you haven't seen the one that when you first came down, you all went to a different clock face initially, and then you kind of joined.
Yeah, but-
You joined up at the one that.
Yeah, I
would have
was
been yours.
pointing. Wanted to point him to the first one when I read the thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
read
yeah.
the thing.
right. Okay. I
So
mean,
that- what do you make of this?
It seems fine to me.
Look closely.
Okay. Well, you're obviously seeing something I'm not. Maybe I need new glasses. What are you seeing?
Something you should see too. If you're not bullshitting me.
I'm not bullshitting you. Trust me, I'm not bullshitting.
Fuck me. Okay, let's put it this way. I have more factors that point to the direction I should get rid of you right here and now. I got some that tells me that you might be useful. So let's keep it at that and try to fix this clock.
I nod, but secretly thinking I'm fucking getting out of here. They can deal with this fucking clock and take responsibility. I'm going,
Well,
but
the next thing to check would be the belfry.
shall we go to the belfry, maybe?
Yeah, lead the way.
Okay. Francis, what are you doing once you close the door?
I'll try and listen to see what's being said outside.
Okay. So the policeman arrives at the scene. Has just run up to. He's heard the gunshots. He ran over and so on. Sees that somebody shot someone. The mule isn't dead. So he's been shot by a fucking Nazi co-worker. Well,
Okay,
let's get you all. I've got to. Let me see. I think the thing you do is to get the bullet out, got as quick as you can. Hang on.
Use this knife.
Use this knife.
It doesn't seem to be necessary. Lemuel does not survive the operation.
Oh no.
The
Christ.
policeman didn't know what to do, clearly. So, yeah. But, you know, I mean, we're not long out of the era of bloodletting, so...
I'll open the door and I'll say, "Officer, this person shot my
this
co-worker."
officer is actually just before you get to say anything, because you're actually a bit taken aback by what you see. The officer is basically covered in blood. Could you make a sanity roll, please?
Oh, okay. Sanity roll. What is my sanity? Oh,
Sanity.
it's not great starter, but oh, I passed easily. 71.
Okay.
35.
Okay. So you kind of retain control of.
Oh, so that's the wrong way, isn't it? That's the wrong way. What am I talking about? I roll low, isn't it? I failed.
Oh, you failed.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Roll
You're
low, isn't it?
feeling your instincts kind of take over a little bit, and there's only one thing that can resolve this situation. I think you know what it is.
Yep. I'll dive at the policeman.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
What's going on?
Oh. And that's a
Oh, I
hard
rolled
pass.
another
Dead.
one. No way. I rolled
You rolled the
100
100.
again.
Oh, for
That
fuck's
is a
sake.
hard
Twice
pass.
now. I'm pretty sure these things aren't weighted, but well, he critical fumbled, and you've got a hard pass, so double your damage. Roll your damage.
What is the damage bonus? Let me see.
I
Damage
honestly
bonus
don't know.
is
So
a
it should be written at the
3.
bottom right of
Okay.
your character.
That is 3, and so that is
1d3
going to
plus
be
3.
5.
5 doubled 10. Okay, so you leap on him, and I assume you're going to do the thing you like to do.
Yep.
Okay.
The thing that
So-
you like to do.
As in
you
he
Talk
kill
banged
fascism
him.
at him.
You kill him.
Yep.
It's a gory scene because he was covered in blood to start with. You're now covered in blood.
Okay.
There's only one way two ways, but your tug ain't that long. It's only 2 ways you're getting out. Well, one way you're getting out of this it's to swim in the Thames. That's, I mean, unless you've got a better idea, but that's literally all I can think of. You need to remove evidence, presumably, if that's your motivation. But that's up to you. Yes, to answer the message I just got.
What's going on?
Alafair and Melvin, you've found an uneasy truce, but you seem to want to go to different directions. So, Alafair, you want to head to the Belfry. Melvin, are you heading downstairs?
No. I suggested Belfry, and then Alfred said lead the way.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Alafair, you got to
I'm
immediately...
intentionally going along with it for the moment, but I do want to be leaving when I can, just not right now.
okay.
Because he's obviously
don't wanna be coming down.
hostile and he's fucking unhinged.
He's going to be coming down here.
Well, I don't know what's down there.
Yeah, not yet.
You've got 3 dead bodies
straight
down here.
away, you can see, because you know it well, it's the bell of Big Ben itself. There is a chip in it near where the crack is. So you may or may not know. I need to find a picture of this.
There is a big chip.
There's a famous crack, yeah. So let me just show you a picture of Big Ben itself, like the real deal. Bing, bing, bing. So if you look here, this crack happened, I believe it was during installation, and they cut this square in order to stop the crack from growing, which worked.
Mhm.
And it's what gives Big Ben its unique sound. But there is an extra chip about here, which is new, and it's like, that shouldn't be there. It definitely warrants closer inspection because that is not right.
Okay.
I'm just checking my character sheet if there's something I can. Would this be another mechanical repair? Or
Yeah, to analyze it, I mean, it's as good a skill as any. The other thing that, I mean, there are various things that might help in understanding this particular issue, but I guess you could start with mechanical repair.
Well,
Or-
give geology a roll.
or either operate heavy machinery.
Well,
if
the
that
operate
works.
heavy machinery would certainly allow you to make the bells ring or to stop them from ringing, which
Okay.
might have been a good idea because that's the role I'm going to ask you to do after you try to actually analyze the bell.
Okay, so I'm going with mechanical repair.
Yeah.
I'll go with horology.
Oh yeah, that's hard pass.
Hard pass and the horology.
I'll spend
luck?
6 points of luck to make it a pass.
I love this
Okay.
fucking dice. Mwah.
So
Belly.
mechanically, from a clock point of view, Melvin, there is no reason for this to have happened. Alafair, with your hard pass on mechanical engineering, it's like something has struck the bell from the outside. Now, both of you, I need you to make a sanity roll because no one thought of of checking the time before going up into the belfry next to Big Ben, and then analysing the bell as it strikes.
That's a fail.
Yeah. Ooh, hardly. It's a 53 out of 55.
Okay, so if you failed, could you take a D6 sanity loss, please? If you passed, you're okay. Nothing untoward.
What for not checking watches?
You're stood next to Big Bell. You're having a really stressful day, and you're right next to something. I mean, how many decibels is Big Ben? I have no idea actually.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh goody, that's a 6.
Lovely.
Well,
It's
isn't this
118 decibels.
isn't
Oh,
this
fuck
ironic?
me. 119 decibels is
Yeah.
way too much.
Yeah, that's like ear-burstingly loud.
Yeah.
So neither of you you both run down from the belfry, and neither of you going to hear anything for a little bit. So maybe it's time for a tea break. Francis, where were we?
Yeah, I'm covered in blood. I've got to make
yes.
a decision what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try and get the blood off. I mean, I'm never going to be able to explain it. I could say it's a Jewish plot. I don't think anyone will believe me. Not even I'll believe that. I'll run around the side of the Houses of Parliament and try and jump into the river.
Yeah. Okay. So you go for a bit of a swim. And initially a bit of a swim, and then presumably find there is a quieter spot as we get into 7 a.m. Oh yeah, there's the Victoria Tower Gardens South apparently. There
It's
you go.
bloody freezing.
Basically, it looks like Westminster Palace actually has a little sort of garden on the side, which I didn't know about actually. Is that public? Trying to find
I mean, is he going to really care at this point?
Oh, it is public. It's just next to Westminster Palace. Okay. But yeah, no, good. It matters because public people could see him. You see, and it's 7 a.m. The city's awake. Right. So yeah, it goes for a bit of a swim. Obviously, the worst of it's off by the time you get there, but it's still, you're wringing your clothes out in the river, and to remove all evidence. Do you have swimming a skill, by the way?
Swimming is a skill, and I have it at 20.
Okay, better make a. So obviously you can swim. You're going to succeed unless you critically fail.
Oh, that is a 10.
Oh, you've that's a hard pass then, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it could be hard. Yeah. So actually, yeah, you're perfectly fine. And because you arrive quite copper spentish, you're able to kind of hide behind a statue when you get up.
If anyone asks, we were repairing the clock and I got covered in oil. I had to get it off because it was.
Yeah, ruin your clothes or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burnt the skin or something. Yeah.
Okay, which just leaves these two in the clock tower. Yeah, so you can't really hear much. So, what you gonna do?
I think, at that point, I'm gonna make my move to try and get out and make myself scarce.
Okay, and you head out of Big Ben. Can you drive? Do you take the truck?
What about the little CNETs at the door as they come
Oh
across?
God, yeah, that's the first thing you're going to come across: 2 dead Jews and a policeman.
Oh, one of them's our workmate.
One of them has been chewed at the neck post-mortem. One of them's been chewed at the neck pre-mortem. And the other one is your workmate, and he's been shot in the gut and is now dead.
Well, fuck. Is there a police box nearby?
There would be, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'd struggle to do it because presumably my hearing is a bit impaired. But
yeah, you can't hear a thing.
I just shout down the phone that there's been a murder at Big Ben. but not give any more details than that, and just put the phone down and
Ironically, because
make it.
well, you didn't particularly think so, you were shouting. They thought it was a prank call. The next thing that happens, I'm just going to wrap it up here because it is kind of done. So, next thing that happens for Alafair is Winston Churchill turns up at the clock tower to find out what the hell is going on, to find a now beginning to sober up Alafair, but not quite there yet. And Francis, it's whilst you're wringing your clothes out that you begin to actually come to a little bit as well. So, would the person with the secret like to say what it was?
Yes. So basically, I was an alien.
I'm not sure that's right. Francis, was it your secret?
It was my secret. Yes,
what
that
was
is
that?
true. Let me see now. Let me just get this. The secret is I'm actually a vampire.
No, that's not it. Melvin, what was the
Oh.
secret?
Did you like the tea?
That's kind of-
Your tea had mushrooms in it, so you were hallucinating the whole time. Which was meant to be a way to make my work more amusing, but I obviously put in too much because you tried to kill each other and me.
that's just mental.
I was about to push you over the rail.
I'm an anarchist.
You're a piece of shit. That's what you are.
Yeah, but by the time my hearing goes, it's like that was so worth it.
You should have killed him.
Yeah, I'm hunting you down, mate.
The premise is he's so sick and tired of you lot arguing about politics that he gets his own back and drinks the tea. Meanwhile, somebody gets shot in Big Ben.
Yeah.
The bullet strikes the bell.
So the mule was thinking was a lycanthrope of some sort.
He was a werewolf, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
werewolf. Yeah, of course.
I mean, he wasn't, but he thought he was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So did I obviously I did find that body upstairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was basically killed by Mosley and his posses.
Mostly what?
Mostly. So of course the rest of you never know because so basically there was someone hanging in front of the clock face that Francis found. They had been shot and then hanged. Mosley had been arrested overnight by a policeman who'd caught them at the scene, or a group of policemen who'd caught him at the scene. He hadn't managed to get away. And so he'd been put in there as a holding measure to get until more, sort it out in the morning kind of thing. So there had actually been a murder that you cleaned up the evidence from. What you thought was alien goo, by the way, the egg sac, that was just grease from the clock. Which is why you were slipping off each other.
Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, Jason got the message that the symbol sprayed on the wall or painted on the wall wasn't there. Like you guys were imagining it. The idea was it kind of looks a bit like a moon, a bit like bats in front of the moon, and a bit like your alien nation flag.
Yeah, sure.
It was kind of hard coming up with that design. And apparently I didn't do the bats convincingly. So, yeah. That's like I say, a very short adventure. It is just a silly little filler.
That was good. That was. Enjoyed
Thank
that.
you very much.
And with that, I'll end the stream.
I was so close to have Melvin gulp like machine grease. Amazing.